A nice warm spring day out there. Hopefully you got a chance to head outside and enjoy it because there's a big change on the way. Welcome to Western Mass News, everyone. On this Wednesday, I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jagolinzer. Believe it or not, we are tracking some snow that's headed our way. It's hard to believe. First Warning Meteorologist Janna Brown has all the details. Janna?
Right, we go from 70s today to snow by tomorrow night. Hashtag spring in New England.
Yeah, that's New England.
Exactly.
That's all you can do is just kind of laugh or cry. But we do have winter storm watches that have been issued for all of the high terrain. So the hill towns of Franklin, Hampshire, and Hampden counties, all of Berkshire County getting up into southern Vermont and a good portion of New Hampshire. This is going to be Thursday evening to Friday evening, actually. But most of the accumulation is expected Thursday night into Friday morning. 4 to 8 inches of snow will be possible right now. Our forecast is just maybe a touch lower than that, but not by much. And this is, again, the high terrain. Once you get into the valley, accumulations will be significantly lower, if any at all. It'll be a heavy, wet snow, so dangerous travel will be possible for several hours, along with the potential for some scattered power outages. And we'll talk details in just a few minutes. Right now, we're back down to 67 degrees. We do have patchy clouds in place and a breeze out of the south. It is dry and it is still pretty warm. Northampton's at 70 still. It is Ware's down to about 61. It's beautiful this evening, so enjoy it. It is getting a little bit breezy now, and we will have a fairly steady breeze overnight, shifting eventually out of the west. Clouds will also continue to build, and we do have showers arriving well after midnight. By the time you wake up in the morning, temperatures will be in the low 40s with a light rain, and that rain is going to be steady and persistent all day long Thursday, so make sure that you have the umbrella ready to go. It's also going to be brisk and chilly. Highs are only going to make it into the upper 40s, and we could be about 10 degrees colder than that on Friday. I'll have the details in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Janna, thanks. Also be sure to tune in or stream our live team coverage Friday starting at 4:30 a.m. here on the networks of Western Mass News and on our free app.
We continue to follow breaking news as Chicopee police have confirmed that a body has been recovered from the Connecticut River. According to officials, the body was located while a dive team was actively conducting a search for a missing Chicopee boy. They say the body was found just after 11 a.m. in the water between the North End Bridge and the Memorial Bridge. Identification of the body is pending an investigation by the Office of the Medical Examiner. Stick with Western Mass News as more information becomes available.
Developing news at this hour, Capitol Police Officer William Evans, killed while on duty earlier in the month, is returning home to Massachusetts today.
His body is expected to land soon at Bradley International Airport. These are live pictures from Windsor Locks, where a procession is now beginning, ending in his childhood hometown of North Adams. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane joins us live above Interstate 91 in Longmeadow, where the procession is expected to pass by. And Lindsay, some action there behind you.
And Jordan, the East Longmeadow and Longmeadow fire departments have just arrived, and you can see here behind me they're working on hanging a flag on this bridge to be seen by the highway. This procession after a memorial service held in the Capitol yesterday. Officer Billy Evans was carried in by a military honor guard. President Biden and members of Congress honoring his legacy. Officer Evans' 7-year-old daughter Abigail was seen wiping tears from her mother's face. His 9-year-old son Logan wearing a police hat and holding a teddy bear during the service. Billy Evans was killed on April 2nd when he and another Capitol police officer were struck by a car. The driver intentionally ramming the barrier they were standing in front of. He grew up in North Adams. The procession heading to his hometown for a vigil this evening beginning at 7:30. Now, the procession is just minutes away from leaving Bradley International Airport, so be sure to stick with Western Mass News on air and online. Live in Longmeadow, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.
Lindsay, thank you for that live report. State health officials promised the Bay State tonight that there is enough supply of the Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 vaccine to make up for the pause in Johnson & Johnson's shot.
Today, they turned their focus to rescheduling the canceled appointments of those hoping to get the single-dose jab, which has been linked to 6 reports of blood clots.
Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us now live in Springfield with more on that. Audrey?
Those state officials, while announcing a new vaccine initiative with the Red Sox, talked about the hurdle of vaccine hesitancy. Now, we wanted to know how local people who may have gotten their J&J appointment canceled can reschedule. And we also heard from a nurse who shared her concerns as to whether or not people will even still want it.
I just started taking them out and about.
Gabrielle Nicholson is a nurse from New Hampshire, visiting Forest Park for the day. It's part of her cautious re-entry into a world her 14-month-old twins have never really experienced.
The first year of their life was quarantined.
On the job, Nicholson tells Western Mass News she sees a lot of hesitancy surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine. She fears the pausing of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine due to reported blood clot cases will only add to it.
People are going to kind of just say, more of a reason not to get it.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Food and Drug Administration recommending a pause on the shot after 6 women reported blood clots. Governor Charlie Baker says there's an ample supply of Moderna and Pfizer for those who had to cancel their single dose.
To make sure we reschedule appointments for people that were scheduled for J&J and continue to pursue the program that we've got in place.
Western Mass News spoke with Behavioral Health Network, which had to cancel a J&J clinic Tuesday in Holyoke.
The Holyoke Senior Center did a Moderna clinic today, Wednesday, and the people who were registered for yesterday's clinic at One Holyoke were contacted.
We asked how people who may have missed their opportunity at Wednesday's Moderna clinic can get their chance.
We have everybody on an email distribution list. The plan is to send them out a blast as soon as we're able to have an upcoming clinic date.
Nicholson says she's hoping people will take the opportunity to get any vaccine seriously.
I know that it's not mandatory. I know that's not required, but I would like to see a point where we can just kind of start seeing each other, just start being normal so I can raise my twins.
Now, if you live in Holyoke and you think you may have missed your chance at the J&J clinic, we have an email that you can contact to reschedule an appointment. That'll be on our website, westernmassnews.com. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
Audrey, thank you for that live report. Over in West Springfield, the town announces registration is open for the West of the River Collaborative Vaccine Site. That's located on the Big E Fairgrounds. The site opens next Tuesday, April 20th, and will run 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, from 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Appointments will be made available every Wednesday on the Town of West Springfield website. As a reminder, appointments are required for this vaccination site, and only residents from certain towns are eligible to receive a shot. We have more information on our website, westernmassnews.com. New at 6, the University of Massachusetts Amherst urging students to get vaccinated as soon as possible, as the general public 16 years and older can get a shot starting next week.
Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis has a look at UMass's plans this fall, including a tuition freeze.
I think that'd be a really great idea, and I think a lot of students really need it right now, especially with a lot of people losing jobs. Obviously, I think that'd be a great thing.
UMass junior Christina Martinez is a public health major at the Amherst campus. She will be a senior next year, and being from Belchertown will benefit from the in-state tuition freeze approved on Wednesday. The Board of Trustees agreed to keep tuition at the current level in the fall for Massachusetts residents, but tuition for out-of-state students will increase 1.5%. An extra $537 a year for undergrads, and $496 more for grad students. UMass is also asking students, professors, and staff to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The university telling them in a message this week, for the fall 2021 semester, we expect that every member of our campus community, with only limited exceptions, to be vaccinated. For Christina, she wants her senior year to be normal.
I really would love to see everyone back in classes. Obviously, looking at a computer all day is not ideal.
I think it's really important for everyone to get vaccinated. I think a lot of students definitely will, especially if it means being able to come back on campus and hopefully have some sense of normalcy.
Campus tours will begin starting next week. Now, we spoke to one student who is a tour guide, and we get her thoughts.
I'm really excited just because after doing it virtual for a year, I'm excited to see some faces, and it's really hard. I imagine for prospective students to be making such a big decision about where to go to college, not being able to see the college in person.
The first round of tours will be limited to those who are admitted for the fall semester and will be limited to 15 in a group. In Amherst, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
Sticking with UMass Amherst, Western Mass News offers our condolences after the passing of the college's campus pup, AJ.
On Monday, AJ peacefully passed away due to old age, the best way to go. During his last days, he was able to witness UMass hockey winning the national championship and took pictures with many of his supporters, including Chancellor Subaswamy.
UMass says they will still share memories on their @GoodBoyOnCampus Instagram page. Over now to Northampton, where the city's putting water use restrictions into place due to the drought conditions. Between the hours of 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., non-essential water use is not allowed. Examples include irrigation of lawns, watering of gardens, flowers by sprinklers, as well as washing vehicles and buildings. People who violate water restrictions could face fines up to $200.